Fun fact: Salvia Officinalis, also known as garden sage or common sage, is a small perennial evergreen. Sage has a long history of medical and culinary use and in modern times as an ornamental garden plant. Sage has been used since ancient times for warding off evil, snake bites, and increasing women's fertility. Hi everyone, I have another knife review for you today. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Spyderco Sage 1. I have had this and have been using it as my EDC for the last month and a half, and I cannot tell you anything really that I do not like about this knife. It's just an absolutely superb knife and I've really enjoyed carrying it. So I've received several other knives for testing in the time period which I've been carrying this, and all those other knives have become my secondary EDC simply because I have not wanted to remove this from my EDC lineup in my EDC rotation for the time being. It has just been such an exceptional knife and I've enjoyed carrying it so much that it's going to be maintaining its primary EDC role for me for quite some time. It's just a great all-around knife and I really do enjoy everything about it. So let's get right down and start talking about some of its specifications and features. Alright, so first off, the Spyderco Sage 1 comes in with an overall length of 7 1/8 inches long. So for me this classifies it as a medium-sized EDC. Alright, blade length overall comes in at 3 inches, but it has a 2 5/8 inch cutting surface. So just under 3 inches for its cutting surface. Alright, blade steel that the Sage has is a CPM S30V, which is a premium blade steel. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite steels. For the price that the Sage is, I think it definitely works on this knife, and the cutting ability that it has, edge retention, and all that is just great. Sharpening is a little bit of a task, but for the most part, I may take this to my local knife shop and have them do that for me if it comes to the point. With the last month and a half, this knife is still razor sharp, and that's the way it came from the factory. So I don't see any immediate need to resharpen this guy. Alright, it does have Spyderco's famous leaf-shaped blade, which I think just looks absolutely amazing with this knife. Alright, and it is full flat ground. Full flat grinding is definitely my favorite out of everything, so it works well, and the edge that you can achieve with a full flat grind is just superb as well. Extremely sharp, just all around goodness. Alright, nice large opening hole, allows for quick, easy deployment. I mean, it just comes out of there butter smooth, just glides out. Absolutely amazing. Alright, you can see the Spyderco CPM S30V stamped on the blade there. Flip it over, you have Taiwan stamped on there. For a Taiwanese made knife, Spyderco did an excellent job with the quality control, and I have no problem whatsoever buying and purchasing this knife, and any other knife for that matter that Spyderco does in Taiwan. They just do an excellent job with their quality control. Alright, moving on down the knife, we have a carbon fiber handle scale here with a twill weave. I don't know if you guys can see that from the camera, but it has somewhat of the way the weave is in the carbon fiber allows for somewhat of a texturing on there. Some of Spyderco's other carbon fiber is just kind of a flat, no texture surface, whereas the twill weave allows for a little bit of a grip and allows for more of a, something for your hand, your fingers to grip onto, which is really nice, and I like that, and especially for an EDC, it's quite effective. Alright. This guy weighs in at 3.2 ounces, so for medium-sized EDC, that's really good. That's right in the range that I'm looking for. And with the S30V and the carbon fiber handle scales, along with the full stainless steel liners, you really the weight is very, very good. All right, you flip it over here. We have the Spyderco wire pocket clip, which is my favorite pocket clip out of any company. I just love the design. I love the simplicity of it. I love how deep it carries, and how unsuspecting it is. You see this in someone's pocket, in my opinion, it looks like a paper clip, and that's what most other people are probably going to think as well. Alright, so it is configured for right hand side tip up carry, is what my preferred carry method, but you can switch it over for left hand side. Unfortunately, it's only going to stay tip up, you cannot go tip down. Alright, you do have an adjustable pivot here, as well as 2 torque screws in the rear that you can remove to take this knife apart if you desire. Alright, it is also held together with pillar construction here, which is nice. Allows for easy access to clean this if you need to. You can get a Q-tip in there and get all the lint and gunk out that's accumulated from EDCing this particular knife. As you can see there, the liners are skeletonized to reduce some of that weight and really do help when carrying. Alright, this is a liner lock, and this was the Sage one here was dedicated basically to Michael Walker and his design of the liner lock and the ball detent. Alright, for his contributions to the cutlery world, excuse me. And the Sage 2, the titanium version with the Chris Reeve integral lock, is pretty much dedicated to him. So each of the knives in the Sage line are made specifically for, you know, a particular knife designer or inventor, which is pretty cool. Alright, so overall this knife is just a great EDC, and it does have a nice deep choil here with some jimping on the side. That allows for your hand to really lock in there and get a good grip on it, as well as the jimping on the thumb ramp here. It really allows for a nice purchase on the knife and good grip. Alright, the handle is very ergonomic, extremely comfortable to hold and to use. This knife has been a joy to carry and will continue to stay in my EDC and be used for many, many months to come. Alright, now for a quick size comparison. I have a couple different things up here to show you the different sizes. Alright, this is the Spyderco Sage 1. This is the Spyderco Delica 4, the blue full flat ground blade. Alright, you can see the Delica 4 is just slightly shorter. Alright. Next up would be the Benchmade 940. You can see the Benchmade's pretty much around the same size. Alright. And finally, just for comparison, this is a Pilot G2 pen. Okay, so that's just a quick size comparison to show you some of the differences. Alright, now it's come to the cutting demo portion of the video. So we're going to switch it up today, and instead of doing some paper, we're going to do some paracord and see how that goes. Alright, first off, we have some paracord here without the strands inside, and then we have some paracord here with the strands inside. So we're going to do both just to see what the difference is. Alright? Absolutely no resistance. Just goes through it like nothing. Alright, now for the paracord with the strands inside of it. Let's try to double it up here. There you go. Eats right through the paracord. There's the wire pocket clip. As you can see, it has beautiful, beautiful fit and finish. Everything is nice and flush. Alright, that's just an up-close look at the Spyderco Sage 1. Alright, so final thoughts on the Spyderco Sage 1. I really don't have enough words and enough ways to express how much I have enjoyed carrying this and how much this knife has really changed my opinion on what a perfect EDC is. This is my favorite EDC knife. and it's going to be extremely hard to beat simply because of what this knife has altogether. The carbon fiber scales, S30V blade steel, just how ergonomic and comfortable it is, and just how extremely sharp it comes from the factory and has stayed after over a month of use. And I don't baby my knives, I buy my knives as users, and that's what they're meant for. Knives are meant to be used, they're tools. And so for S30V and the way it's performed, it's just an exceptional knife, and I really would urge anybody who is willing to pay the money for this and who wants a great EDC that's going to last you a long time to check out the Spyderco Sage 1.